All right, Zatima fans. Well, season 1, episode 8, about last night. I was going to give this episode probably about an 8, but then the Deja scene in the sink, I gotta give it a 9 out of 10. All right, so following up on the last episode, Deja's introducing herself to Fatima. This episode, it feels like they really hammered in the whole, ghetto street kind of countryness of Deja and the way she carried herself. Hey, movers, be careful with that. My grandmama bought me that plant. Hey, that box, be careful. That got my books in it. My grandmama's, the first book my grandmama bought me is in that book. The box. You need to be careful. So we really are seeing a side of Deja that I didn't really think we would see. So it's kind of like they kind of tweaked the character just a bit. That's just my opinion. It's not a bad thing. It's just something I noticed because, when I look into those eyes, I'm kind of like, I don't really hear anything. I'm sorry about that. All right. So Fatima's pissed because, Deja puts 2 and 2 together and realizes, oh, you're his lady. Okay. Well, hey, just so you know, nothing weird happened. Oh, yeah, you're a fan of mine? I thought that was pretty funny. So, she's moving into the house and Fatima, she doesn't want to, look, I'm trying to be friendly. Ooh, I wouldn't want to get on your bad side. Then no, you really wouldn't. So Deja daddy, or should I say the movers that were hired. But then again, it wouldn't surprise me if these are Deja daddies that we don't know about. So they're helping, Deja move in. Fatima goes in and Zach, is just happy to see her. Jeremiah comes downstairs and reintroduces himself. Oh, yeah, we met last night. She's a fine thing. Can you leave so we can talk? You want me to leave? Yeah, man. You want your brother to leave? Yes. Okay, fine. Well, thanks. Make sure I got my money. Thanks for that. Can I borrow your car? This dude turned into like Felicia. Can I borrow your car? Hell no. Can you give me a ride then? No. No, just go. Look, I will call you. Yeah, you call me. You make sure you call mom too. All right. So he leaves. And Fatima's pissed off about the Deja situation. And Zach tries to explain, look, I didn't know she was a stripper. She signed the application and everything. It was like, I just had to see her. It was like a, applicant on site kind of thing. Valerie's the one who got everything arranged. And I was about to, get this situated. But then, Fatima says that she's about to get her stuff and leave. And Zach begs her not to. He admits to messing up. And this is the part that had me kind of, I'm not going to say I dislike Fatima. I just don't like how certain aspects of this, are being written. So Fatima is upset at Zach for assuming the worst about her and the Ian situation. But then on the flip side, well, Fatima, just last night and even right now, you're, accusing Zach of having sex with Deja. Yeah, did it look good that he had glitter on his crotch? No. But he didn't. You just assumed it. And it's not the first time. I mean, Fatima, while she might not outright say, Zach, you screw up, yada, 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 she always assumes the worst about Zach, usually based on his past and her own fear of commitment because she's been hurt before. So I don't think it was right for, Fatima to say, look, you assumed the worst about me, when her track record of doing that to Zach is like 50-1. I know there are Fatima fans who will be pissed at me, but I love both characters and I'm being for real. Tell me I'm wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong. So Zach gets to the point where it's like, look, I'm sorry and I'll do anything. So you'll do anything, huh? Yes. Kick her ass out. I can't. What? Oh, okay. So this is what it is. No. She can sue me for it. I looked into this. I called the people, but because I saw her dance, she can sue me for discrimination because I'm a stripper and no. The lease is for 6 months. And Fatima is suspect because she feels like this is a test. At first, I'm like, oh man, don't tell me you're going to have a 6-month test on Zach to see if he's faithful. But no, she doesn't trust Deja because she feels like 1 month she's going to come up short on the rent and she'll try to pay it another way, if you know what I mean. So Fatima's going to get her stuff ready to go to work, and Zach says, so you're going to stay? We'll talk about that after work. Well, can we go to dinner together? We'll see. Can I touch it later? You're pushing it. Okay. All right. So we go over to the gym. Zach and the boys are boxing. You know, Zach's beating the hell out of Nathan. Hey, Nathan, I ain't throwing no shade. I ain't got no six pack. Man, you held your own better than I could. That's all I'm saying. Plus, that's one thing. When I get a house, I would love to have a room, you know, with some equipment in it so I can work out, you know, get myself right too. That's one of my goals, you know, one day. So Tony knows Zach and Fatima are real. It's a real love because this is apparently the first time Zach has acted this way about a woman. The fact that Zach and Fatima really patch things up quick, which does signal that, yeah, these two are really serious, because you look at how often him and Karen would fight and he would, you know, fuck up, and this would go on for a while before he and Karen made up again. But no, Zach lets the boys know that, look, man, me and Fatima, we're cool. We cool. So she's not leaving. Nathan's still in his feelings because he thought this was a way for Zach to get out. And you really see the contrast here where Tony is more of the understanding one, even though if you go back to episode 1, he was pretty adamant about Zach not really rushing into anything because he just made a come up in life and you need to explore your options as opposed to locking it down. I can really see the point in his argument, but I think from a person like Zach who has been around the block and then some several times, he's seen what's out there, and when he found a good thing in Fatima, he wanted to lock it down, so you can't really be mad at him for it. Yeah, you could argue that they're moving too fast, but at the same time, like I just said, with Zach being around so many other women and yada, 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 he knows a good thing when he sees it. So Nathan, again, still thinks it's bull crap, and Zach's like, you know, look, I'm about to head out. So Tony tells Nathan, look, man, your problem is you need to let Zach grow. So from here, it seems like he's the more supportive one, even saying like, man, you know, that hug, it was like a farewell hug. It wasn't anything, you know, bad, because Nathan is skeptical of the cancer story. Tony's like, look, man, you can't play about that. I mean, like, you might not know who has cancer just by looking at him. So Zach, you know, gets ready to bounce. He calls Fatima, who's on her lunch break, with Angela, and she agrees to the dinner. So, you know, he gets off the phone with her, and okay, so here's where things kind of get crazy. Oh, also the restaurant, I can't really pronounce it, like Monbier. I think that's the name of the fancy restaurant they're going to. So during the lunch with Angela, it's a 6 p.m. dinner with Zach. But she mentions the Deja situation about her moving in. So Angela automatically assumes that Fatima's being kicked out so this stripper to move in. But Fatima luckily calms her down, saying that, look, everything's fine. It's a next door move, and the lease and all that stuff happened prior to the dance, so it's not, you know, what you think it is. But yet again, just like in the last episode, Angela starts off saying something that has me going, wait, where are you going with this? But then she kind of like softens the blow. She mentions that, girl, this is way too much drama. Listen, when you were with Ian, it was easier than it is now with Zach. And I'm just like, Angela, what are you saying? But then Fatima's like, yeah, but it turned out to be all a lie. Oh yeah, that's true too. And I'm thinking to myself, does Angela not know about the abortion thing? Because I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, Zach has done some stuff, but not like Ian. I mean, Angela, I don't know what you... Like I said, Fatima must have been one hell of a different person prior to the Ian heartbreak for Angela to feel this kind of way about Zach. That's all I'm saying. Again, I don't hate Angela. She's a very hard character to read. All right, so Angela also says when, you know, Fatima brings up the whole, you know, Margaret, you know, he gave his mom my phone number even after I said not to, and she wants me to have dinner with them. And Angela's like, no. Even though, you know, tell Zach, no, don't do it. And I'm like, okay, there you go, Angela. That's what I'm talking about. So then they head back to work. Zach gets to the office with Bryce. Everything is signed, keys. You know, they got the office space. So turns out that, you know, Bryce is like, you didn't call? And I'm like, dude, you sound like disappointed the fact that Zach didn't call you or something. Like, you're in your feelings. So Valerie actually sent Zach an email, which he forwarded to Bryce, that has all kinds of properties that, they could put a bid in, on and, or excuse me, they can bid for, hopefully win and, flip it to go from there. So, as Bryce is on the computer, Zach is standing behind him, one hand on his shoulder. And when it's like, how about this property? Yeah, this looks great. So basically, the more they look through the folder, the more excited Zach gets because he's like a touchy-feely. As he said, he's a very affectionate person, dap up, hug, high five, hand on shoulder, that kind of thing. But you can tell this is getting to Bryce, especially after last night. So he, gets a bit serious. Hey, Zach, I need to talk to you about something. Oh, okay, let me sit down for this. What's going on? Are you bisexual? Huh? Yeah, because, last night, you got naked in front of me. You went to the shower and, you said you wanted to, we should get married. And then Zach shuts that down quick. First of all, we two grown men. Let me just put it this way. I'm not homophobic, but just know I'm straight. I ain't bi. I ain't curious. I ain't nothing like that. I'm an affectionate person. Me and my boys, we always dab each other up and whatnot. We work out at the gym, undress, get in the shower. It's no big deal. So just don't think there's nothing funny going on. Like, I'm not interested in you in that way at all. And he started, and look, this is just me, but it almost sound. I know he was kind of like, kind of doing a mockery Asian Japanese accent to Bryce, like, I ain't into no penis. But it sounded like he was kind of doing a Cosby thing. Bryce, what you need to know is Zach is into the titties and the pussy and not the penis. Just so you know, I'm straight. Zach is into the coochie coo. Meow. I'm not into the two men thing. So, when you got pudding and you got a spoon and you put the spoon in the pudding, that's what I am. I don't put two spoons in the same cup. That's the best way to put it. Two spoons and two spoons. There's no pudding because it's only two spoons. But when you got the one spoon in the pudding cup, there's plenty of pudding, and that's what I do. I'm the pudding man. Bah! Okay, that was stupid. All right, so basically, after they, get past that, they like, yo, let's bid on the property. Not to put, bid on the property. And I bid on pussy. There we go. All right. So then Zach is getting ready for dinner. He's fresh in the suit, coming downstairs. I'm like, all right, Zach, there we go. Goes out and, woo! Deja out there getting some sun. Jesus. Lord have mercy. Miss Parker. Okay. So Zach is trying to sneak out because even before he opens the door, I'm like, Lord, is she throwing a party over there, blasting that loud music? So he's like creeping. It's almost like, or Emperor's New Groove and Kronk is like, bum, ba, 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 ba. He's sneaking to get Cusco out of the palace. That's what it seems like. He's literally like back against the wall trying to make it to his car without being seen, but Deja spots him and calls him over. Say, hey neighbor, just wanted to say I moved in. You want to see a new place? No, I'm good. I actually got to go somewhere. There's something wrong with my sink. Huh? Yeah, it's leaking. Well, I had to go, check out the, pipe. Yeah, that's right. Go in there and lay some pipe. And when she licked her lip, oh, Jesus, Leela. Whew. I know Zach was on his way to dinner with Fatima, but Lord, if that were me in that situation, I don't know a damn thing about fixing those sinks or anything like that. But if Deja said, can you come inside and look, under, the sink to see what was wrong, you call me Jeremy. No, don't call me Jeremy. Motherfucker, I'm Joe the plumber. I'm going up in there, Mario Brothers style. We gonna see what's getting to the. We gonna get to the bottom of this. See that's why I'm glad I'm not part of this show. I would be a Deja daddy in a heartbeat, which is messed up for me to be that way. But I can't help it. Look, the way she was talking and looking Zach up and down and licking her lips and shit. I'm like, damn. Like, hey Fatima, I'm gonna have to call. Can we bump up the dinner to like 6:30? Actually, Zach, I have some problems, with the refrigerator too. Can we make it 7 o'clock then, Fatima? Okay, I'll see you then. But it gets to the point where, okay, Deja is really into this dude. I mean, he even mentions, hey, I met your girl and everything earlier today. And I'm like, so he has a woman, but she even tells her like, hey, Zach, I'm a freaky, I get dirty and everything. Like, Jesus, Deja, do you want me to score this episode to 25? Keep talking. But no, it gets to the point, look, I won't tell Fatima anything. I'm like, oh my God, Fatima was right. So Zach, controlled himself better than I could, and he bounces. He starts to like go into landlord mode. Look, we in a nice neighborhood. There's kids riding bikes and all. You sitting out here with everything on, and everything out there, and you need to turn this music down and everything. Okay, my bad. I got shorts on. Now, wait, you had them off later? And when she's like, let me turn the music down, and she bends over, and Zach's like, no, Miss Parker. No, because, Friday's like, look, she bending over. Lord, have mercy. The Lord is my shepherd. She know what I want. Miss Deja. Lord, so anyway, Zach bounces, and Deja goes back inside. So we're at the dinner at this fancy restaurant, which I will not butcher the name of again. And it's a pretty... They just sit there and talk about, how they hurt one another, and they're going to be more honest with each other. I want to be as nice as I can right now about this. And it gets to the point of Fatima wanting to know what Zach's boys say about her, but then he flips it like, well, what do the girls say about me? So simply put, you got Angela and Tony, who are both on the positive side of Zatima, whereas Nathan and Belinda are on the negative side. You have Angela, who thinks, Zach is cool. You got Belinda, who thinks Zach ain't shit. But then she really ain't shit either for throwing herself at Zach despite knowing that's her best friend's man. So what does that say about her? Still don't even know why the hell Fatima even associates with her. Then on the flip side, you got Tony, who has really changed since episode 1 for some reason. I guess it's because of what was said earlier at the gym, that he recognizes that Zach is really into Fatima, and the fact that he hasn't acted the same way towards any other woman must show that, well, our boy's in love. What can you do? But then Nathan, on the other hand, thinks that because he's made it up in the world and whatnot now, he should explore his options as opposed to tie himself down with somebody. So Fatima's texting somebody, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So they talk a bit more, and Zach does say, oh, so that's it. You want to explore your options, and maybe, I should just go. And it's like, no, you keep pulling back when I'm trying to be honest. And that is so true. Every time Zach is trying to be honest, you have Fatima doing what she called out Zach for at the beginning of the episode, assuming the worst. Anytime Zach is trying to, pause for a moment, collect his thoughts and emotions, and then express them to Fatima, she always thinks there's a but. She always thinks there's a however. She always thinks that Zach opening up means that Zach is about to pack his things and leave. Or no. Zach opening up is her signal to pack up her stuff and leave. And that's not right. So she still continues to text somebody. And as they go back and forth, because he says, look, the thing is, I just came up in life, and then Ian rolls up. And this is the part that had me going, I know this. It turns out he actually lives on a higher floor of the building that the restaurant is in. So convenience factor, maybe, but I'll buy it. So he's there to be kind of the ex from Christmas past and tell Zach, Ebenezer, Zach, don't think about your success now that you've come up in the world. Don't think you need to let go of a good woman the way I did. So, yeah, apparently Ian came up, and that's why he decided not to tie down with Fatima. But I thought that he was struggling, and that's why he married that other chick, because she had a rich father. So when he says, when I started, to get a little money, then I left Fatima for something I thought was better than it wasn't. So I get the sentiment. I understand, but I think this would have worked better if Zach was actually in a position where he was thinking more like Nathan, and that, you know what, I don't think I should, tie myself down with you. We have moved a bit too fast. I just came up. But no, the fact that Ian just came out of nowhere to do good for a change, to tell Zach, hey, don't mess things up. But this would have been better if, Fatima and Zach met up with Ian because of the whole cancer thing. as opposed to him just coming out of nowhere, because Ian still looks bad because he went to Fatima's job to see Fatima behind Zach's back, even knowing that at the time she was with Zach. So this scene really felt out of nowhere, and I think it says more about Fatima than it does about Ian, of all people, because she was the one that apparently messaged him to come down to, I guess, show Zach that, you see, Zach, when somebody, leaves me, I don't let him back in. I swear, if it weren't for Deja and them damn, I ain't gonna say it. If it weren't for Deja, this episode would be really low. But Zach gets up, because he tells Ian to beat it, because I'll never, man, you couldn't give me a run for my money any day. Get the hell out of here. And then he's like, okay, bye. So Zach gets up, puts on his coat, and Fatima again assumes, oh, there you go. Okay, fine, Zach, leave. Yeah, I knew that's what you're going to do. Shit. He puts on his blazer, make sure everything is fresh. And in the moment Fatima gets up, he gets down on one knee and pulls out the ring, and she's speechless. Checkmate, sucker. All right, so what did I think about the episode? These two episodes are strange because I don't think they're bad. I think they both have very good parts, but there are also parts of the episodes that have me going, I think there's some weird writing choices with how Fatima is being portrayed, where it's like 1 minute she's hot and cold, but you go back to, this entire series so far, and she's been down for Zach. Sure, they've had some rough patches due to baby mama drama, her best friend trying to get with Zach, but it seems like there's a lot of self-sabotage in the relationship right now, where Fatima is really showing a bad side of herself. But that's just me. Maybe I need to rewatch these episodes, but I don't know. Maybe let me know your thoughts. Am I tripping? I don't hate Fatima. I just feel like the writing is a bit weird right now. And then Angela is a mixed bag. I really don't know what to make of the character. With, on one hand, it sounds like she's shitting on Zach, but then after she spends an hour shitting on Zach, she'll tell Fatima, but you tripping too, for 30 seconds. So I don't know. All right. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.